Throughout history, the greatest transfers of wealth have never happened during times of peace. They happen in the heart of chaos. Right now, central banks might be telling you that everything is under control, that we're headed for a soft landing, just like they told you in 2007. But behind the scenes, the economy and technology are preparing for the greatest collision in human history. Today, you will either be crushed by this impact, or you will learn to surf this massive wave. Welcome to 2026. It's no longer safe, but for those who are prepared, it is the greatest gold mine in history. The alarm goes off and you reach for your phone. Under that dim blue light, before you can even fully open your eyes, the tone of the headlines hitting your screen tells you one thing: today isn't going to be cheap. Another tech giant has announced mass layoffs, a bank has hiked its lending standards like a fortress wall, and your local grocery chain has quietly swapped its price tags once again, citing current market conditions. As you sip your coffee, you realize that things that felt normal last year now feel like luxury milestones. You used to plan vacations. Now you're doing the mental math on how to reach that invisible finish line at the end of the month with the same paycheck. Economists call this cold term recession. But that's not the real danger. The real danger is that in the dead center of this economic slowdown, artificial intelligence is becoming an invisible hand, redefining exactly whose pocket the money leaves and whose vault it enters. Remember, when economic uncertainty and a technological revolution ignite at the same time, there is no middle ground. You are either the hunter or the prey. If you've forgotten what happened in 2007, or if you were too young to remember, you're about to receive a very expensive lesson. That year, everything looked perfect. Finance moguls in tailor-made suits whispered one single phrase on television: housing prices never go down. Even the Fed chairman at the time, Ben Bernanke, made that historic statement to Congress just before the collapse. The problems are contained, and we don't expect them to spread to the broader economy. But behind the curtain, it was a disaster. Picture this: a waiter in Florida working for minimum wage had 5 houses on paper, despite having 0 actual income. The system was dancing on a bubble that felt like it would rise forever. And then, one morning, that bubble burst. 150-year-old Titan banks vanished overnight, and millions lost not just their homes, but their entire life savings. But here's the detail most people missed. In 2007, the yield curve inverted, a technical signal that has predicted almost every recession in history. Today we are seeing the exact same patterns, but with a twist. This time the bubble isn't just in housing, it's in global debt. When the cost of borrowing stays high for too long, the weakest links in the chain start to snap. First it's small businesses, then mid-sized banks, and finally the consumer. We are currently in the wait and see phase, which is always the calmest moment before the storm hits the coast. The soft landing fairy tale you're hearing today is on the exact same frequency as that 2007 everything is under control narrative. But the real fear isn't just the engine stopping, it's the engine seizing up completely. We call this stagflation. Stagflation is the cancer of an economy. It's a financial prison where your income stays stagnant while your expenses sprint ahead and your dreams get smaller every single day. Let's face the reality: AI is no longer an option, it's a survival kit. In 2026, not using AI is like being illiterate in the 1800s. The system will automatically filter you out. Imagine an architectural firm. On one side, you have a senior architect with 20 years of experience, spending weeks drawing a project using traditional methods. On the other side, you have a second-year associate who uses AI like a prosthetic limb, generating 50 flawless variations in 20 minutes and finishing structural analysis in seconds. In the eyes of the boss, that 20 years of experience is now just a costly burden. This is where the wealth transfer begins. Money isn't disappearing. It's just moving from those who sell their time to those who use technology as leverage. We call this skill stacking. In 2026, companies won't just lay people off. They will remove the costly and keep the efficient. Which one are you? Think about the Luddites in the 19th century, textile workers who smashed power looms because they feared machines would take their jobs. They weren't wrong about the displacement, but they were wrong about the outcome. The machines didn't stop. They just created a new class of wealthy operators. In 2026, we are facing a digital Luddite moment. You can complain about AI stealing creativity, or you can become the person who operates the machine. The gap between the person who uses AI and the person who competes against AI is becoming an unbridgeable canyon. One is working harder, the other is working smarter with 100 times the leverage. Let's be clear, this video isn't going to tell you which stock to buy. Because in 2026, the greatest investment must start in your mind before it reaches your portfolio. For the last 50 years, we've been told the same holy path. A good school, a stable corporate job, and a steady savings account. That model is bankrupt. In 2026, we will see two types of people. First, the resistors, who hope everything goes back to the way it was and run from change. Second, the adaptables, who see which way the wind is blowing and set their sails accordingly. Ignoring AI is like saying cars are just a fad. Horses are here to stay in the early 1900s. The winners aren't those who predict the future perfectly. They are the ones who adapt the fastest when their plans go up in flames. To survive this, you need a 3-step matrix. First, aggressive reskilling. Spend at least 1 hour a day mastering an AI tool relevant to your field. Second, strategic liquidity. Stop buying liabilities that lose value. In a recession, cash combined with courage is how you buy your freedom. And third, niche authority. In a world of AI-generated noise, being a trusted human expert is more valuable than ever. People will pay a premium for human judgment in an automated world. 2026 won't be the same year for everyone. For some, it will be a page of regret where they say, "I wish I had acted sooner." For others, it will be the great turning point where they built their financial freedom. Now, look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I truly ready for 2026, or am I just comforting myself that everything will work out? What scares you the most? Your money losing its value, or being unable to keep up with the speed of AI? Let's talk about it in the comments. Let's decode this new world together. The future belongs to those who build it today. I'll see you in the next one.